Still hiding your confidence because your outfit isn't doing the talking? My name is Wuraola Ubaka. I am called your profitable fashion coach because if your business isn't making money, why are you even in business? At Wura, we don't just make clothes. We create statements. Our timeless ready-to-wear pieces are created for the woman who walks in grace, owns her space, and turns heads effortlessly. And if you are a fashionpreneur struggling to turn your talent into real income, especially if you are stuck in bespoke and want to transition to ready-to-wear, the Profitable Fashionpreneur Academy is your next step. We teach fashion creatives how to structure, scale, and sell profitably. From the woman who wears it to the woman who makes it. Confidence and profits go hand in hand. Wura dresses you. The PFA builds you. So come, join the movement. Wear confidence and build profits with Wura and the Profitable Fashionpreneur Academy. Welcome to another episode of my Profitable Fashionpreneur journey. Through the course of the month of October, we have met with at least 10 bootcamp participants of the PFA Ready-to-Wear Bootcamp, and they have shared their incredible journey in the PFA Ready-to-Wear Bootcamp and their transformation. Tonight, we will meet another participant of the PFA Ready-to-Wear Bootcamp who will be sharing her journey of transformation right here in the Profit Circle. That is what we call the PFA Ready-to-Wear Bootcamp. My name is Wuraola Ubaka, and I am called your profitable fashion coach. Because if your business is not making money, why are you even in business? Many times we think that money making in business has to do with how much we sell. But very often on this live stream, I would always correct that notion that money making in business is not just about how much you sell. It's about how many leaks you plug, how much of your systems you have control of, you have clarity on, you have structure on. And that's exactly what we build in the Profitable Fashionpreneur Academy. If you don't know, I am also the founder and CEO of Wura, a Nigerian ready-to-wear fashion brand. We create classy dresses that fit just right for confident women. So if that's you, then you want to be shopping at Wura. Now, the PFA grew out of my personal journey, my personal struggle, my personal triumphs. I was this dressmaker who had moved from being a bespoke dressmaker to a ready-to-wear dressmaker. And I stopped bespoke because I knew that I was tired. I wanted more. I wanted more out of my fashion brand. I wanted something more coherent. I wanted something that was a legacy, something I could leave for generations coming. I don't want them to say, oh, there was once a Wura. I want Wura to be an enduring legacy. And it actually takes real work. So I said, okay, let's switch to ready to wear. Perhaps this is a better path, this is a short path to building a legacy brand. But here's what I realized, that it wasn't really just being bespoke and ready to wear. It was about building the systems and to create wealth and build a legacy business. Now, through my highs and lows and my many learnings, I have now come to be able to put that into a documentable system, which I now teach in the PFA Ready-to-Wear Bootcamp. So tonight, we're going to meet another participant. Waiting for her to join in. I know she's had a bit of network issues. That's actually why we are late. I also had network issues on my end. I don't know what it is that is going on in the air. Yesterday on the stream, we kept going on, and network just was something else. I think one of us needs to actually look into this whole network thing. But we move. So before she joins us, I'm just going to explore a simple topic that is usually on the mind of a lot of people who ask themselves, okay, I think I'm tired of bespoke. I think I want to run a ready-to-wear brand, but I don't even know where to start. So let's circle back to the beginning. You want to start a ready-to-wear line. for whatever reason, whether because you finally feel that you have been running an expensive hobby, or you feel that bespoke is taking your time, your energy, your life. When you're pregnant, your business is pregnant, you travel, it travels, you are sick, it is sick, and you just want more. Or you just feel a burden in your spirit and you know that you need to move. You know that you are no longer in that place that you should be, because growth rarely comes in comfort. And then you're asking yourself, how do I start? So let's start by exploring that simple concept. How do you start? How do you start your line strategically? The simple thing that you need to do is that you first need to start simple and start structured. Start simple and start structured. I want to see that in the comment section. Say start simple, just keep in mind if you want to start a ready to wear line. Start simple and start structured. Now, now, if we are going on with that, we now want to say, okay, we are starting simple and structured, but what does that even mean? What does that even mean? Now, starting your ready to wear line does not have to be complicated. So let me walk you through 5 exact steps that you can call your start map. You can call it your ready to wear start map. So let's walk through 5 exact steps that you can call your ready to wear start can actually your line. Let's go. You want to be define your why. People on this stream, I've seen some people on this stream. I know they are members of the Profit Circle, so I know they are not confused. If there's anything that you would get when you come into the Profit Circle, it's a sense of clarity. That's actually something you will get in the Profit Circle. Please give me a moment. All right. So if I ask you, who is your customer? Who is the person that you're sewing for? Okay, you know you want to start a ready to wear line. Who is the person that you want to sew for? Most people will say, and I just want to make dresses that make everybody feel fine, look fine. I just want to sew for everybody. I want dresses that fit everybody. When they come out, they'll just look fine. They'll just be fine. I just want to do things that make people look fine. And that's why sometimes you say, okay, you understand the ready to wear line, but you start it and it doesn't pan out. Because everybody is not your customer. In the PFA Ready-to-Wear Bootcamp, we teach you how to identify your customer, how to identify why you're going into business, how to identify which niche should you want to function in, whether you want to play outside the edge or you want to play inside. These are part of the things we teach you. So the first thing you want to do is to define your vision, define wondering, okay, how do I do this? You want to think about the person, their lifestyle, where they go, what they do. You want to think about the things that keep them up at night, their fears, their inhibitions, their joys, the things they celebrate. You want to know the customer intimately. You want to know the customer intimately. develop an intimate relationship with the person you want to serve. Simple way. So I designed. So I came here and I told you I'm founder and CEO of Wura, and we design classy dresses that fit just right for confident women. So I've told you, confident women, I've told you what I do. I design classy dresses that fit just right. My unique value was provide for your own business. Proverbs 29:18 tells us where there is no vision, the people perish. So the best place to start is with a vision, with clarity on where you're going. And if you have perhaps heard this so much, you've wanted to do it and you haven't really been able to do it, then this is your cue. This is your cue. This is a time that you tell yourself, okay, perhaps there's somewhere where I can learn this. And this is right here in the PFA Ready-to-Wear Bootcamp. So we're hearing from our guest, and she's saying her network is still not letting her come on. So we'll continue. Now, step 2, you want to think of your signature style. Your signature style. You can start by designing one signature piece from which you can cascade. So think about, brands that have signature styles. Let's look at the If you see Banke Kuku's signature style, she was one who reinvented the mesh, reinvented the silks, invented personal printing of all this mesh and silk fabrics. And she has been able to create that signature style that anybody who is trying to now copy are just like, this person is trying to be like Banke, So you want to be able to decide what signature style you want to have. To have a collection or a single piece that is like where you now build your brand, your entire brand around. So you want to be able to do that. The next thing you want to get is section based on this signature. Thinking, how do I create the signature piece? You can think of the kind of things that resonates with the person you want to serve. What do you want to focus on? You want to focus on workwear. You want to focus on church wear, occasion wear. Do you want a mix of both? Or do you want to start with something? Those are just things that you can use to expand your mind when you're thinking through who your customer is. Now, this process we teach in a hand holding implementation session in the PFA Ready-to-Wear Bootcamp. We don't just give um, theoretical knowledge in the bootcamp. That is why it is bootcamp. On how to actually find this person who is your customer, how to identify her, and then how to start designing, how to even determine her signature is. Because they may be asking, how will I know this signature style? There are some things that cannot be exposed in just a 40-minute journey. That's why you need mentorship. You need a process that shows you steps by step way by which to actually be able to figure this out. Doing the choose one piece that your clients already love and see how marketable to be repeatable. I always say it, ready to wear is about repeatability. It's not about the best design. It's not about the best fabric. It's about how many of it can you make, how many of it can you sell, how many of it can you push out. That's what ready to wear is about. It's about repeat. So when you are that design, thinking of repeatability, beauty, because your ready to wear collection must only be nice, it must be commercially viable. And that's where a lot of designers miss it. You're too busy designing with a bespoke mindset. Forget that, okay, when I finish putting all these things, how long will it take me to replicate this design? How long will it take me to tailor it, pattern it, build it if necessary. How long does it take me from start to getting it to market? You need to be able to do that process in the fastest possible way. That is the only way you win with ready to wear, because ready to is a of numbers. The next thing you is to create a piece collection, a small capsule collection that helps you use your. They need to have that collection must be clear, must be as clear as the people say. This is direction of this. Okay, these people are a heritage brand. Oh, these people they are Afrocentric. Oh, these people This network today. Oh, all right. Okay. So, um, please confirm that you can see me and hear me. I think we are going to actually just run through this stream and deliver what we have to deliver so we can call it a night. Just because my internet has decided that it wants to show itself to itself, not to me. All right, so I was talking about, 5 simple ways that you can start your ready to wear brand. And I said the first is that you define your vision, you and your niche, define who your customer is. The second thing you want to do is sample your signature piece, create an anchor piece as your signature piece. The third thing you want to do is to actually create a small capsule collection of 3 to 5 dresses. And then afterwards, what you now want to do is to test it. Test it with your current market. Once you've created that capsule collection, test it. You don't want to just say, oh, I want to start a ready to wear brand, and you just go to China, you produce 100 pieces, and then maybe they send it to you, they send it to you, the sizes are wrong, and you can't do anything about it. So you want to be able to test out this your idea on your existing clients, on people who fit into the target market that you're trying to break into. You want to be able to test this idea on them. And then, of course, you want to use this as a method of validating your product, seeing if there are people who already like you, who already know you, and they like that product. See their feedback, whether it's on fit, whether it's on finish, whether it's on the way the things that are done, so that you'll be like, okay, let me now take this and now go back, and then you can use it to fine tune your systems. Remember, I am saying 5 simple things to actually put in mind if you want to start a ready to wear brand. Start simple and start structured. The next thing you want to do is to, of course, photograph and sell. So determine your route to market. How do you intend to get these things in front of the people that you want them to be? You need to first understand what platform do these people go to? Where do they reside on? Where are they? Go and look for them where they are. If the people that you want to sell to, they used to be on Facebook, that's where you will be. If they are dancing on TikTok, my dear, move. If they are on Twitter, be there. If they are on Instagram, stay there. You don't want to be selling to a different audience in a mismatched platform. So you now need to determine your route to market. Where do I find these customers? How do I put my products in front of them? How do I get them to actually know me, like me, trust me, and take the first step? How do I structure my content in a way that makes it memorable, that makes it rememberable, that makes people say, oh, these people look like they know what they are doing. Let me click on this. So once you're able to determine your routes to market, then you now know that, okay, you have at least streamlined this first 5 steps. And all you now need to do is know how to respond to the DMs, know how to convert those customers who come into your DMs to actual money in your bank account. And a lot of this concept have even been explored in our Fashionpreneur Friday forum, which we usually offer for free every Friday. Tomorrow by 7 p.m., we're going to be on live at yet another Fashionpreneur Friday forum, where we'll be sharing something that has to do with hiring. You do not want to miss that. So tonight, this is supposed to be my profitable fashionpreneur journey, but unfortunately, between my network and the network of our guests, we have not been able to have her on today. But we move. We have explored 5 simple things to do if you want to start a ready to wear brand. And number one would be clarifying your vision, mission, and your customer. Number two would be sampling your signature piece, determining one signature piece that is your sample, and reworking it into repeatable designs. The third thing is that based on that sample, which is your anchor piece, you now want to be able to create a small capsule collection of 3 to 5 pieces. And then the next thing you want to do, which is number four, is to test that capsule collection with people who match the people in the audience that you want to sell to, and also be able to test it with current clients, which you may also have, who match the person you want to sell to. Please don't go and be testing with people that are in a different customer segment from your main customer segment. Test with people in your main customer segment, people that you actually want to sell to, people that look like that person, people that are in the same frame of life as that person. Those are people you want to actually test with. The next thing you want to do is determine your route to market. How do you create content to get it in front of the customer? And when the customer actually comes in your DM, what do you do to convert that DM into a sale? You want to sit down and strategize your routes to market, because like I say, the most beautiful dresses are of no consequence if you don't market them. The market that sells is the one that you market. There is no good market that sells anything. A good market sells itself. There's no such thing. The market that sells is the market that you sell. So after you have done all this, then you can now see what worked, what didn't, document, systemize, rinse, and repeat. I think that's pretty simple, isn't it? And if you are struggling with trying to understand this simple concept that I've just shared, we give an in-depth implementable blueprint in the profit circle. The PFA Ready-to-Wear Bootcamp, aka the Profit Circle, is your implementation framework. Through the use of our guides, our 12-in-1 ready-to-wear guides, which by the way are available for purchase directly on our seller store, and which we also give free when you sign up for the PFA Ready-to-Wear Bootcamp, you will be able to now see how to turn all the things I've said into actual implementable strategies that you can deploy to help you start, scale, or transition to ready to wear. And if you know you struggle, then you really want to send us a message. The next boot camp of the PFA Ready to Wear boot camp, the Profit Circle, starts on the 1st of November. I'm going to be bringing it's going to start on the 1st of November, and it's actually there for you to help guide you through this journey. So you actually want to be able to come into this bootcamp. Once it's the 1st of November, our gates will be locked and we are moving on. Now, if anything I've said today has resonated with you, or maybe you come across this video and it's not quite for you, but it's for someone that you know, then all you can do is share the link. Share the link to our Facebook, to our Instagram, or to our YouTube page. We are on Facebook at the PFA Official. We are on Instagram at the Profitable Fashionpreneur, and we are on Facebook, and we are on TikTok and YouTube at the Profitable Fashionpreneur as well. Tomorrow we'll be having two fabulous free webinars. The first is our Fashionpreneur Friday Forum, which holds by 7 p.m., where we'll be learning how to actually become more effective leaders and how to raise a fashion team that actually works. And then in our Profitable Fashionpreneur journey, tomorrow again, we're going to be meeting with yet another profitable fashionpreneur who has been in the profit circle for the past almost 90 days, and she'll be sharing her incredible journey. Apologies that Ms. Alero could not join us this evening. She has sent her apologies, and I'm sure if it is possible, we'll be able to reschedule her, because I actually look forward to hearing her story. Thank you so much for joining us on this live. As always, I remain your one and only profitable fashion coach, and my name is Wuraola Ubaka. I leave you with this word. If your business is not making money, why are you even in business? And what are you going to do about it? All right. Have a good night. See you tomorrow. Thank you for joining us on this live. Bye-bye. Still hiding your confidence because your outfit isn't doing the talking? My name is Wuraola Ubaka. I am called your profitable fashion coach, because if your business isn't making money, why are you even in business? At Wura, we don't just make clothes. we create statements. Our timeless ready-to-wear pieces are created for the woman who walks in grace, owns her space, and turns heads effortlessly. And if you are a fashionpreneur struggling to turn your talent into real income, especially if you are stuck in bespoke and want to transition to ready-to-wear, the Profitable Fashionpreneur Academy is your next step. We teach fashion creatives how to structure, scale, and sell profitably. From the woman who wears it to the woman who makes it. Confidence and profits go hand in hand. Wura dresses you. The PFA builds you. So come, join the movement. Wear confidence and build profits with Wura and the Profitable Fashionpreneur Academy.